Hello sir, this is my report concept on insect physiology and toxicology. Copyright disclaimer. This video presentation is just for educational purposes only. Any contents were cited and copied in the references in the end of this presentation. Definition of terms. Toxicology is a broad field of study that encompasses multidisciplinary science related to adverse chemical effect of chemicals on organisms. Toxicokinetics deals with how an organ handles toxic substance. Toxicodynamics deals with the effect with what effect of toxic substance has on an organisms. Metamorphosis, the second post-embryonic development in insects, starting from the egg followed by larvae, a nymph, then pupa, and then the adult stage. Stage refers to the morphological state of insects between molts. Instar, the actual appearance of the insect after each molt. Stadium or stadia refers to the time period that the insect is within the stage, particularly between two successive molts. Stomach poison, there are chemicals where the toxic when ingested through mouth. Fumigants, there are toxic compounds that enter the respiratory system of the insect through its spiracles. Insecticides resistance refers to the ability of a population to withstand or tolerate the adverse effect of an insecticide, that is, to survive lethal dose of an insecticides that could have killed most normal susceptible individuals. Definition of insect physiology. Insect physiology is the study of the body systems and their process, such as processes within such body system are purely internal in nature with the accompaniment of internal body parts with the corresponding uses of or functions. Early studies on entomology concern physiology of insects revealed. The Marcello Malpighi 1628 to 1694 discovered the excretory organ of the insects, the Malpighian tubeless heart and the trachea system, copied with the interpreted function of these organs. The discovery of these tubeless with excretory functions was further confirmed by H.M. Gade 1794 to 1796 to 1834 and J.R. Ranger 1795 suggested the absorbent properties of the Malpighian tubeless. Robert Brown 1835 was the one who discovered the nucleus of the cell. Toxicology. Toxicology is a field of science that helps us understand the harmful effect that chemical substances or situations can have on people, animals, and the environment. Understanding of the chemical groups, mode of action, classification, and specification of control are much needed in this course. Pesticides are poison and pollutant in our ecosystem. Such as substances are also posing much concern to the food chain, such as pesticides must then be handled with much care and education for food security and safety among consumers. Pesticides have brought great problems on man as producers and consumers of agricultural products. These problems are on residue, pesticides deposits, build-up of insect resistance, and resurgence of pests. Resurgence of pests happen due to the killing of natural enemies as non-target organisms to the use of pesticides. Succession of insect pests from key pests to secondary pests and to the potential insects pest is brought upon the sole dependence to chemical insects control. Insecticide use pattern. Insecticide use pattern. Pesticides are widely used in the world on most major crops, although the percentage of each crop treated throughout the world is low. As shown in Table 1, in the United States, pesticides amount used was 11 billion pounds in 2007, which accounted for 22% of the world estimate of 5.2 billion pounds of pesticides use. 25% of the world herbicides amount used and 26% of other pesticides amount used. In 2007, the agricultural market consumes 80% of the conventional pesticides, 684 million pounds totally, sold in the United States. Industry and government use 12%, while home and garden consume only 8%. The industrial and commercial categories include applications of pesticides used by the pest control operators, turf and sod producers, floral and shrub nurseries, railroads, highways, and industrial plants. Tissue government use includes federal and state pest suppression and eradication program and municipal and state health protection efforts involving the control of disease vectors such as mosquitoes, flies, cockroaches, and rodents. This table also shows that 11% of the pesticides are used in insecticides or miticides, 62% of herbicides or plant growth regulators, and 8% as fungicides. Herbicides remain the most widely used pesticides in the three market sectors: agriculture, industry, and commercial. Government, and home and garden. Table 3 shows that in 1997, more insecticides were applied to control insects in cotton and corn than other crops. Insecticides used on potatoes, other vegetables applies, and citrus remain roughly constant between 1980 and 1997. From Table 4, it is seen that in 1998, we heavily used Organophosphorus insecticides for controlling termites, livestock pests, and mosquitoes. Organophosphorus insecticides have been one of the most important classes of insecticides used for protecting crops, livestock, and human health over the past 60 years. In the United States, the top organophosphorus insecticides used in 2007 were chlorpyrifos, malathion, acephate, nil, dicrotopus, phosphate, porate, diazinon, dimethylate, and azine-phos-methyl. However, as shown in Table 5, their use has declined gradually since 1980, 55% from 1997 to 2007, and 61% from 1990 to 2007. In terms of world market value between 1997 and 2010, there was a marked decrease in organophosphates, methyl carbomates, and pyrethroids, accompanied by a marked increase in neonicotinoids and non-neoreactive insecticides. What are pesticides? Pesticides are chemical substances that are meant to kill pests in general. A pesticide is a chemical or a biological agent such as a virus, bacterium, antimicrobial, or disinfectant that deters, incapabilities, kills pests. Use of pesticides in the world. Worldwide is estimated at approximately 1.8 billion people engage in agriculture, and most use pesticides to protect the food and commercial products that they produce. Other use protect pesticides occupationally for public health programs and in commercial applications While many other use pesticides for lawn and garden application and in and around the home, pesticides are defined as chemical substance used to prevent, destroy, repel, or mitigate any pest ranging from insects, rodents, and weeds to microorganisms. So that's all of my report, sir. Thank you for watching.